Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today I thought that we would have a look at a bundle which is Dove of Hope, and then there are the coordinating dies which is called Detailed Dove dies. Now they're beautiful for making Christmas cards with, but as you know, I'm trying to show you ways of using new products in different ways so that we can use them throughout the year. And we did a lovely one with the little birds flying as if they were flying down to a bird table the other day. And today we are going to be looking at the dies. Now these dies are absolutely beautiful. We have got, let me just get them the right way round so you can see them, because I have taken a couple of them out. So you have got a beautiful bird where you can put the bird and die cut the bird out and then give it wings with a different colour underneath. So you've got a solid piece for the backing. You've got the piece that goes across, which is very detailed. You can then have the bird flying. You can have several pairs of wings. You've got the pretty little tail that goes as well, which is the solid piece underneath. So you can put sparkles, you can put any colour you want to change it to not necessarily a dove, but any bird that you would like it to be. You've then got these to die cut out your images in here and to do the lovely little ornament for the tree and to do the sprig. And then there's another lovely piece which will make a beautiful sort of wreath, and it's got the little die pieces to cut out your berries. So you could have it as mistletoe with white berries, or you could have it sort of green with red berries for sort of, you know, holly. So lots of things that we can do with this, but today we are literally just going to use the wings. And we are going to create a sympathy card, or a card of hope, a card to send somebody who is maybe having a bit of a struggle at the moment, or has maybe lost somebody, and you just want to say you're thinking of them. Sometimes we don't want to put an awful lot of words and things on something. We just want to have an image that is absolutely beautiful. So we are using for this the metallic foil, and as you know, let me get the whole sheet out because I've been using my pieces. I tend to cut strips and things down with it, but we have, it says me, can I find my, here we go. Right, so the foiled, the metallic, called brushed metallic cardstock, comes in great big sheets of 12 by 12, and it has this beautiful brushed effect. Now I tend to cut it down into strips so that I can then use those strips, but there are 4 different shades of metallics in there, so you can choose whatever you want. And then I've taken some of the lovely, we do these in different colours as well, but it's the glimmer paper, and I've chosen the silver for this. Again, comes in 12 by 12 sheets, so you get a lot of it. And we are going to create some angel wings. So if we die cut out one piece this way, so if I take a piece of, let me get the piece, I've got a little piece of the glimmer paper somewhere so I can show you. Or I did have a piece of the glimmer paper. Let me just, because I only want a small piece of it. Bear with me 2 seconds. Yes, I've got some pieces out. So, okay, let me just take, okay, so if we take our glimmer paper, you are going to die cut one piece out in that direction. Okay, so you then have your wing facing that way. You're then going to put it in again, and you're going to turn your paper over and you're going to die cut it that way. By doing that, you will then get a pair of wings. Okay, so this one has been cut out this way. Okay, so it's cut straight out of there, and it gives you your wing that goes in this direction. Then by turning it over, you then die cut it out again, and this time you can then reverse it and you'll get your wing in the opposite direction. Now, you're not going to get, obviously this one, you have the lovely sort of little beveled edge round there. You're going to have the beveled edge the opposite way up, but because it's going underneath, it doesn't really matter. So that's how you do this piece. Then exactly the same with the glimmer paper. You're going to do one in this direction, so face up on your glimmer paper. Then you're going to turn your glimmer paper over, and you're going to do the second piece on there. And this is where you get the beautiful detailed part. So I've already done those to save a little bit of time, but you can see when you've poked the little pieces out, you have the most beautiful angel wings. Now we're going to attach these to here, so you have that really ethereal look about them. I wanted them to be beautiful as angels' wings would be, and to look very, very elegant and pretty, but very sort of ethereal. So we're going to use some wet glue, and we're just going to gently go round on the little pieces down here. Now you could use our double-sided adhesive sheets. I haven't got those yet, so I'm using my wet glue because I do find that wet glue is very good and it will stick into all of those little pieces. Okay, so we need to just put this down on here, and I'm actually going to pick it up so that I can align it. What I tend to do is to align one side, and then with my fingers, because it's wet glue, it allows you that little bit of time before you press it down, and then you can press it down into the area that you want. And then I'm going to just put a block on top of it just for a second to just dry it down while I do the other. Now obviously this is facing in the opposite direction, but again it really doesn't matter. You might have to just bend it slightly because it's going to be wanting to go in the opposite direction, but again just use your wet glue and very gently just go round those edges as if you're writing with a pen. So you don't need an awful lot of glue, but I find that if you do it as if you were writing with a pen, just getting a little bit of glue out as you go, that's going to be enough to go all the way round on where you want. So again, exactly the same thing, taking up the brushed metallic cardstock, and I've chosen one of the lighter colours. You can choose whatever colour you want, and again just by sliding it into place, you can then press it down when you know you've got it exactly up to the edges that you want. And then again, we can just press that down carefully. That one should have adhered completely, so I can then just put that on there. But you can see how beautiful that wing looks now. It really looks like an angel's wing. You could do it for Christmas and things like that, but as I say, I wanted to do it for a sympathy card, or a card where you are sending your thoughts to somebody. So we need to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've chosen a fairly neutral background for this. So I've actually chosen some Sahara sand for this because it's nice and pale. And then our Whisper White is going to go in on the centre like this. So I want to have the sentiment I'm choosing is from Life is Beautiful. And I think sometimes just thinking of you is all you need to put. It says everything that you need to say. And particularly when you are doing sympathy cards, it can be quite difficult to know exactly what to say. So I always just try and do something like thinking of you. So we're going to put the wings one side and one the other side, like that, facing in like the angel's wings. And then I'm going to put the sentiment in the middle. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment before I actually completely position them down, so I know exactly where I want it to be, and I think I want it about there. So I'm going to do it in let me have a look and see what colour I want to do it. I'm thinking of doing it in crumb cake because I want it to be fairly sort of neutral, or I could do it in smoky slate. I think, or I could do it in Sahara sand. I think I'm going to do it in Sahara sand. Excuse me, because I'm going to have to reach up and get my Sahara sand from right up the top. So let me get that one down, and I think that that will be the best. I might want it a little darker, we'll see. I'm just going to stamp it out first to just see. So let me just stamp that, see how dark. That's going to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. I like the font of this as well because it's got those nice sort of words, and I'm going to be putting it there. So stamping that in on the center, you've got thinking of you, and then we've got the angel's wings to put down. Now I'm going to put this, so I can take this off now. We can now adhere, make sure that's dried, give me a little blow. We're going to adhere this in on here. And just put this in so that it's level. Like that. And then we can put the wings in. Now, I've got to decide whether I want the wings put up with dimensionals or whether I want them just as they are. And to be quite honest, I think I just want them as they are. I don't want them to be too overly proud. I think just sat where they are, I think will be absolutely beautiful. So we need to just put some wet glue on the back here. Because as I say, I think sometimes you want to send something which is beautiful but quite plain. So I'm going to put that wing in on at that angle. And then we'll take the other one and we can line them up at the same time. But I think there's so many possibilities with these angels' wings. I think they're absolutely lovely, and you know, to change a bird wing into an angel wing is something which is, so I need to try and get this angle out. I'm going to put it up because my lights make it quite difficult for me to see exactly where I want it, about there. So I want that coming in. Just going to double check that it's in. Yes, it is in exactly the position that I want it. So way sliding about a bit. I want it sliding about that much. That's perfect. And then I'm just going to put it onto a card base, which, have I got my card bases out here? Yes. So, and I decided to do it in landscape because I wanted to have the sentiment in on the center. So you can see again, it's a very clean and simple, but very beautiful, just by using the brush metallics and the glimmer paper. It just gives that really beautiful look about it. And just with thinking of you, that's all I would say. So thank you so much for watching me. Do look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.